This year is a really important year for disaster risk reduction globally and within Australia. We've just returned from the Global Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction, which was held in Bali, Indonesia. The key purpose for the National Recovery and Resilience Agency attending this conference was to showcase the good work that Australia is doing in disaster risk reduction. Disaster risk reduction is about decisions that are made right across all sectors of society and the economy. So it could be about where we live, how we build, where assets and infrastructure are located. Bushfires, floods, cyclones, a number of other hazards are always going to be present in Australia. And in fact, they're often increasing and becoming worse with climate change and other factors. We have got a National Disaster Risk Reduction Framework and a number of projects, policies that are taking place right across all sectors of society. The Sendai Framework is the main global framework for reducing disaster risk. It sets 4 main priorities around understanding our disaster risk, about investing in disaster risk reduction activities, about improved governance related to disaster risk reduction, and also, of course, to build back better. There's certain things that everyday people can do. That's about understanding what your risks are in your local community. Do you live on a floodplain? And if you do, what do you need to know if there's a risk of a flood coming? So is that about leaving your property? Is that about going to an evacuation centre? Or say in a cyclone zone, is that making sure that you've got all of the appropriate risk mitigations to your house? Do you know how to evacuate if you need to? Do you know where to go to? Have you got a plan? At the moment, we are developing a national action plan for disaster risk reduction. This is a national action plan to implement that National Disaster Risk Reduction Framework. Currently, we're going through a number of consultations to co-design that framework, acknowledging that disaster risk reduction is everybody's business. We are trying to work with communities, with states, with industry. What I would like to see for an everyday Australian is next time there is a hazard, to know that people aren't unnecessarily in harm's way, that we best understand what those hazards are, what those risks are, what the vulnerabilities of a particular community are, and that we've done everything that we can to make people safe.